Hello Gryffindors, Ravenclaws, Hufflepuffs and Slytherins. It's Studlord here, and in this video we're going to take a look at all Harry Potter LEGO sets that are retiring in 2024, and whether you should be buying them as a collector, and how they're going to fare as an investment. When it comes to that side of things, I'm basing this off of research that I've done from several sources and my own past experience, but bear in mind I'm not a financial advisor, so as always just take what I share with you and make your own decisions. Now, kicking things off, we have the Ultimate Collector's Edition of the Hogwarts Express. And boy, is this just a massive disappointment. 5,129 pieces. This really has split opinions. I know some people do still like it. For me, there's just far too many errors in this set. Perhaps it's because of that it's actually only forecast to increase around 20% over the next 3 years as a return on investment. Of course, that is based upon the recommended retail price, which here in the UK is a whopping £430. Over in the States, it is $499, so $500. Of course, if you do pick any of the sets we're going to discuss in this video up at a discounted price, naturally you're going to see a better return on investment when it does come to sell them on, if that's your thing. Now, my biggest bugbear with this set is the fact that for all the details that it may have in it, there's just so many mistakes. For example, the sticker that we've got here, as any Harry Potter fan knows, here in London, it is King's Cross Station. It is not King Cross Station, there is an S there. Kind of an important fact to have on that plaque. They've also got the train number wrong. But I think my biggest bugbear with this set, and bear in mind, I really want to love this set. I think that's actually what annoys me most about this. Like, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. This should have been the Ultimate Collector's Hogwarts Express. It should have been amazing. I wanted to display it. I really wanted to love it, and instead I can't even bring myself to buy it. It's just too much of a letdown. Never mind the fact it doesn't even fit on standard tracks, so you can't even motorize it easily and run it round. It's just a nightmare. The minifigures are a big issue for me. Yes, we do get a lot of them. Yes, there are unique ones in there, but it's just ridiculous that throughout the years we've got Harry, Ron and Hermione. We've then got Harry, Ron and Hermione. Harry again, as they're growing up. But then here, at the end, it's grown-up Harry, grown-up Ginny, with their kids, and then two other random students that I have no idea who they are. And this was like the end of the whole franchise. Okay, it's an iconic scene in the films. It's poignant in the books. Where is adult Ron and Hermione here? Where's their child? It's just so ridiculous that for a set that comes with a decent amount of minifigures, they've just completely obliterated from that particular scene two really important, iconic characters, and there were others there as well. It's just really, really frustrating. So many things about this don't make sense. Anyway, that's my rant over, but this is going to be disappearing at the end of this year of 2024. So if you are wanting it and you haven't got it already, then you're going to have to pick it up. Now, there have been some reductions on this set, you'll be pleased to know. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I do weekly deal videos for the UK, USA and Europe where we cover the best discounts. This set has cropped up in the past and it may well do so again before it retires. So subscribe to that, turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload because with my deal videos things can change within a couple of hours. Moving on, we have Expecto Patronum set 76414. This only came out in June of last year, 2023. Will be gone by the end of this year. This is a really nice set. I do like it a lot. You can either build Harry's Patronus stag or it can be rebuilt into a Remus Lupin style wolf Patronus. There was also a competition that LEGO ran within the last couple of months where basically the idea was to see what other animals you could build out of these. Really quite interesting. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's a good fun set. I do like it a lot. Importantly, I've seen it frequently discounted around the 30% mark. So retail it's £63, it's $69 in the States, 30% discount on both sides of the pond. And you can still grab some good deals on this in places. It's got some really interesting parts in it as well, so this is one that I do recommend picking up. For an investment though, only 22% based on the retail price, so you do need to have picked that up at a discount if you're wanting to make any profit down the road. Also forecast for about a 22% return on investment in the next 3 years is set 76416, that is our Quidditch Trunk. Interesting little idea this. Basically, it closes up into a trunk. This bit comes off. And then you do have this miniature little Quidditch pitch inside. It's a fun little idea. Not my most favourite of ones, but it does have 4 unique minifigures in here, namely Harry Potter, Cho Chang, Cedric, Diory, and Draco Malfoy. It's a little bit expensive retail, £63 or $68 respectively, making it a bit expensive on a price per piece count, so definitely one to get if you want it when it is on a discount. Next up, we have the Shrieking Shack and Whomping Willow. This one is set number 76407, retail price of £80 or $90. And it's a nice little set, this one. Forecast to do about a 25% increase. So again, probably better picking up if you can on a discount. It does occasionally go on and off, reduced by sort of 20 to 25%. You've got two versions of Lupin in this, both of which are unique minifigures, as indeed is Sirius Black and Peter Pettigrew, aka Wormtail. So this will be going towards the end of 2024, so you've still got a few months to find yourself a deal on this one and then pick it up. But I do recommend it. It's got some nice detailing, good little display piece, and there's definitely elements of decent play in there as well. Next up, we have the Room of Requirement. This is £45 or $50, set number 76413. This is based off of the second Deathly Hallows movie, and it's a bit of a letdown for me, if I'm honest, mainly because the minifigures don't really make sense. You've got Draco and Blaze, you've got Harry and Hermione, which are unique to be fair, and then also one of the Grey Lady as well, but you don't have Ron, who was in the movie scene, and you don't have Crabbe or Goyle, who I think were actually in the books, if I remember correctly, in this, not even Blaze Sabini. So I think this is just one to get if you are a completionist collector, otherwise not too much to worry about. From, let's just mute that, from an investment point of view, about a 25% return if you're basing this on the retail price. But again, this has been discounted fairly heavily in certain places, and it should be again before it actually disappears off the shelves later this year. So just keep an eye on that. You want to be looking at getting at least 20% discount on this one, I'd say, in order to pick it up. Otherwise, to be honest, not really one worth bothering with. Next, we have the Triwizard Tournament Black Lake, obviously based off of the fourth book, The Goblet of Fire. This is set number 76420, retail price of £40 here in the UK, $45 over in the States. This came out, last year, June time, so it'll probably run to the end of 2024 before it disappears. It is a nice little set. There's nothing too special about it, to be honest. We have got some unique minifigures if you fancy Harry with some flipper feet, or Victor Crumb with a shark head on him, but I would say this is one worth getting just because it's nice to have something representing this scene, obviously fairly iconic for all fans of the films in general, but especially of the fourth book, which is one of my favourites. So perhaps a little bit biased, but I would say get this one. Just don't expect it to be anything outstanding. It's just nice to have in the lineup. Moving on, we have Dumbledores Office, set number 76402. This one, you're looking at around a 26% return on investment in the next 3 years. This is pretty much a remake of the 2002 version of Dumbledores Office that we got. It does have some nice little features in it, but again, nothing too spectacular. It is the largest modular set in this particular wave, and while it's certainly not blow your socks off brilliant, there's plenty of stuff about it that makes it a good enough set to have. You get a nice little lineup of the minifigures. Of course, you've got the mould of Mrs. Norris there, you've got Fawkes the Phoenix in baby form, and of course the Sorting Hat and Gryffindor's sword. This is based around the second one, so Chamber of Secrets, and I do think it's a worthwhile one to get. Pretty decent for display, but also especially good from a play point of view. So whether you are an actual child at heart or have children yourself, either way it's going to be a good one to have fun with, a nice little one to add to the collection. Also, at a 26% return on investment over the next 3 years is the Battle of Hogwarts, this one coming in at £75 British and 80 USD. You kind of just have to get this one. It's obviously such an iconic moment. It's the end of the second Deathly Hallows film, so I just feel like you have to have this. I would have liked it if it was a little bit bigger, if we had got some more minifigures. As it is, we've got 6. They're all unique. They're really good. You've got Voldemort, you've got Bellatrix, Molly Weasley, Harry Potter, Wormtail with his different hand, and Neville Longbottom wielding Gryffindor's sword. It's a good set, I just wish that we'd actually got more from it. That said, from a collector's point of view, I do feel it is just one that you have to have in order to complement the rest of the sets in this particular wave, and just also to finally get something representing what was an amazing scene and an amazing end to the books. Next up, we've got the Hogsmeade train station. This is £115 British and $130 US. It's set number 76423. From a retail price point, again, a bit high price per piece, but then all of us train enthusiasts are kind of used to that by now. It is a nice set. It's good to get this again. We last saw Hogsmeade Station back in, I think it was 2004. So this certainly is a nice addition. It's got some lovely little details on there, and definitely one that I feel much better about as a collector, wanting to display and actually have alongside not just the other ones in the wave, but actually even some of the bigger sets like the actual UCS Hogwarts. You can expect this to make around a 26 to 27% return on investment based on the RRP over the next 3 years, so definitely one to consider for that. But yeah, as a collector, I highly recommend this. I think it's a good one for display and obviously has a lot of potential for playability as well. Okay, next up is the Hogsmeade Village set. This is 76388. It's £80 and $90 US. These are pretty small buildings, but actually they're really quite nicely detailed, particularly on the insides. We haven't had this in LEGO before. Of course, if you're wanting to collect all of the gold minifigures, you kind of have to get this one anyway. But actually, I do think that this is a nice set. It's got a lot going for it, it's worthy of being displayed on your shelf, and with a forecasted 28% return on investment over 3 years, it's none too shabby from that point of view either. Personally, I just think it's fantastic to have some buildings representing Hogsmeade. Obviously, we've got Diagon Alley now in a lot more detail, but these are good nonetheless. Nice playability, good display pieces, worth getting. In my opinion anyway, before this retires at the end of the year. Now we come on to one of my favourites, and it is the Chamber of Secrets. This is a lovely little set in this sort of modular wave. Got some fantastic detailing in there. You even get a basilisk, don't look it in the eye. In fact, the actual minifigure lineup in this is really strong. It's set number 76389, by the way. And if you're looking to get all of the golden figures, this is where you will find Voldemort himself. This is also forecast to do pretty well, looking around a 29 to maybe even 30% return on investment over the next 3 years. Not really that surprised. This is actually a good set, lots of details to it, fantastic playability, decent display piece as well. Good minifigures, nice printing detail on there. There's just a whole lot of ticks for this set. I will be making sure to keep an eye out for any discounts on this to post in my Deals of the Week videos for America, the UK and Europe. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. And definitely make sure that if you haven't already, you pick this up before it is retired. Now it's time for the Astronomy Tower. This one is £90, $100. It's set 75969. It's got a lot going for it. Nice details, decent minifigures in there as well. Unfortunately, it has been around now since August 2020, so it's been out a long time. That extended availability will hurt it a bit from an investment point of view. Nonetheless, it's still forecast really well, around a 35% return on investment over the next 3 years. But this is more one for me as a collector. I just think it's a really nice set to have. The architecture in here, frankly, is beautiful. It's one of the most impressive ones in this particular wave that LEGO released. And if you didn't get it, you'd be madder than a box of Bertie Bott's Every Flavour beans. Next up, retiring this year, is Diagon Alley's Weasley's Wizard Wheezies. This one only came out, I think it was June 2023. It's set number 76422, £85, $90. It has all unique minifigures in this one, and it's a really good looking set, actually. There's lots of nice details, lots of fun on the inside. I especially like the pink pygmy puffs that they reference there. If you have got the other Diagon Alley buildings, you basically have to get this in order to round out your collection. But to be honest, even if you don't have the others, this really is a good pick. It's colourful, it's fun, it's a nice display. From an investment point of view, it's forecast really well, 40% over the next 3 years. And what makes that even better is that I have seen this discounted anywhere from 20 to around 28%. So whether it's for your own collection or a little hustle on the side, keep an eye out for a deal on this one and definitely get it. And now that we're near the end of the list, it is time for the Brickheads. We'll kick things off with Harry Potter and Cho Chang. This is 40616. If you are a Brickheads fan like myself, you just have to get this. Otherwise, you're going to have some missing from your collection. It's really annoying, but whenever I see new Brickheads, I just have to have them, especially when they're Harry Potter related. These are really good, to be fair. Got some really nice details going for them. Good, decent price point as well, bearing in mind that normally it's £10 or $10 just for one Brickhead, so actually good price this for a pack of 2. The investment forecast for these is 70% return on investment based on the retail price over the next 3 years, so that's pretty decent. Obviously, if you want to pick them up now, it's a double points, and we might even actually see some discount on this before LEGO retire it later this year. Exactly the same goes for Draco, Malfoy and Cedric Diggory. Again, I do really love the detailing on these brickheads. I think they're fantastic. I love buying these, to be honest, for my own display purposes, even at full retail. So again, double points at the moment. We know we're going to be getting that again several times throughout 2024, but we might even see these discounts as well as they head closer to retirement. But I would definitely be picking these up. Again, 70% return on investment. And lastly, we have Kingsley, Shacklebolt and Infodora Tonks. I do really like these brickheads, wonderfully colourful, super detailed, not characters that we actually see too often represented in LEGO Harry Potter. Again, 70% ROI is forecast on these. I think they're super, but as you already know, I am a big brickheads fan, so I definitely recommend that you pick these up and add them to your collection. And that brings us to the end of all the sets, currently at least anyway, that we know are retiring from the Harry Potter range in 2024. Please comment below on any that you've already got, any that you're going to be picking up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on my Deals of the Week videos where you can pick up many of these things discounted. And lastly, thank you very much for watching. Please like the video and consider subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.